So I just recorded an entire video and the volume was turned up again. I sat there and got towards the end of the recording and I was like, wait, I played StarCraft today. And then sure enough, I go and check it and I just let out a very angry scream. I didn't save it though because I deleted everything in anger. So much shit happened in game too and now I can't even... I ended up coming across a kid that was using like a modded controller, I guess like a rapid fire mod deal. Basically, you just hit right trigger and the thing just the shit makes it look like your trigger finger is, it's a vibrator, basically. Basically, in order for a lot of these rapid fire mods to even be somewhat realistic, as fast as some of these things shoot, people don't even give a shit how blatant it actually is. Like, you would have to look like this. You'd have to look ridiculous. You would have to get up in some sort of mounted crouch position just to get the leverage on that shit. Did I just get host in a ground war lobby? I'm never leaving. He didn't even shoot me with it. He just... I'm so tired. I was about to fucking rage quit if he killed me right there. As I was saying, I noticed that there was this guy in this lobby using this thing, and then I reenacted the whole thing. It reminded me so much of fucking Mario Party. Some people call it Mario, I call it Mario. Most people I know say Mario. Everybody knows what Mario Party is. I'm almost positive anyway, right? I mean, I'm not positive in game, that's for sure, but that was a game that you crafted friendships on. You would just have sleepovers specifically to play that game. You would be able to craft and completely destroy friendships over it, to be honest. Like, if you took all my stars and you did it without feeling bad whatsoever, fuck you! You know how hard I worked for all 67 of those stars? Really fucking hard. Really hard. I remember 2 mini games for Mario Party. Not completely in detail, not specifically, but there were 2 that I remembered, you know, separated from all of the other games. These 2 were so memorable to me because all they were games where you had to tap one button really fast, or you had to do something really fast. Now, I remember that there was a game that we played where you basically, I remember that you had to spin the analog stick, right? I forget what your character was doing in-game, though. I think you were turning some sort of gear or something to fill up like a giant pool or something. And me and my friends would have so many sleepovers playing that shit. We would get super hyped whenever that game came up. There was 2 games specifically that we freaked out over. There was that game and another one. So they tell you to spin this faucet, right? And you basically just have to spin it as fast as you can, and you have to spin it more than everybody else. You have to fill up your jar thing, I guess, first. So we would all just sit there in a room together, and it lasted like a full 15 seconds. So by the time you passed the 10-second mark, your arm's burning. It's on fire. I mean, that was like the only workout I got back then. So it was, you know, it worked. Obviously, I was the best at Mario Party. I was the best Mario Party. I was always known to be the best video gamer out of all of my friends. I was always the nerd in the group, you know? I always tried super hard at every game I played. Even Call of Duty was one of them. I mean, now you'll probably laugh at that, but I'm gonna get a quad right here. And just casual. I'm just calling it right here. I'm just letting you know. Close enough. I'll hit a quad there one day. If I hit a quad, I don't care. I'll fucking use it. Anyway, we would play this game so much, and we would play it so hard that I actually ended up injuring myself, sort of. And what I mean by injure myself as well, basically, I ended up spinning the fucking stick that fast, and that often, and that hard, to where I ended up rubbing a lot of the skin off of my palm. I ended up getting calluses on my palm. Probably wasn't even like a proper callus either. It's just like a bunch of fucked up skin tissue. Like, if I ever took a bath or a shower during this thing, number 1, my hand will burn, and 2, my palm will look like a moist towelette. So I ended up rubbing all of the skin off of my hand, and I didn't want to stop playing the game, though. You know, I didn't want to stop playing Mario Party just because I was injured. Like, shit, I played video games even when my thumb was broken. I figured it out. Thumb was broken, wrists were broken. I still played. So since I had this, you know, injury that I can't exactly, you know, look past, it's only gonna get worse if I just continue to go as I was. So I let my grandma know. I just came up to her, I was like, yo, my hand is destroyed. And she didn't exactly understand, like, where it came from either. I had to explain to her that it was from playing Mario Party and just spinning the stick. And she would always tell me, like, why do you use your palm? Why don't you just, like, use your thumb or something? You're supposed to use your thumb on it. And I'm like, I can't explain my pro technique. You have to use your palm. You have to throw your whole arm into it. So she decided to go and do something for me. I don't know if she went to a doctor or she just went to a store or something and just picked something out. But she ended up getting me a glove. A gaming glove. Basically, this gaming glove, it was hardly a glove. It was like it was purple and green, I remember. I felt like Ash Ketchum. I had this glove on, and all it did was like wrap around this whole bottom part of my hand. Right on the palm was just like a fat piece of leather. So whenever I put my palm onto the stick and started, you know, spinning it around and shit, my hand would be protected, you know, because there's just a thick piece of leather there. So yeah, I had a gaming glove for like a long time. Even after my hand healed, I wore a fucking gaming glove when I was young. I mean, it could be worse. I could still be wearing one. I stopped playing Mario Party after like Mario Party 8 or 9 or something like that. I guess I just grew up out of it, which is strange because now I feel more childish than ever. It's like I went through all that childish shit when obviously I was a child. Then I started going through puberty and I was like, nah, fuck that. I gotta grow up, be a man. In my head anyway, because I still didn't really converse with anybody. And now since I'm basically past that, now I'm reverting back to being a child again. I remember having a fast trigger finger back in the day was considered like the cool thing. It didn't matter at all how much you could lift. It was about how fast you could press that button. Because apparently if you press a button really fast, I guess you could, you know. I don't know why I did it like that. I guess just not to be too descriptive.